Shonen, arguably one of the most influential genres in anime and manga today. It has spawned many beloved classes that have stuck with us during our childhood. We all remember feeling hyped to see the final Naruto and Sasuke fight, the excitement of seeing Luffy use Gear 5, or the sheer awesomeness of when Kagami entered the zone and faced Almine. This genre has created so many moments that we all remember fondly, as it shaped our childhood, as well as create a fanbase that won't shut up about whether someone can beat Goku. As more manga and anime come out, there's always going to be that one that sticks out to me. One that manages to just grab my attention and becomes all that I talk about whenever someone asks what they should check out. A manga that doesn't exactly change the formula, but instead refines it, polishes it to near perfection. That manga is Kagurabachi. Now for those of you that are unaware or forgot, Kagurabachi is a shonen manga created by Takeru Hokazono that released on the holy grail of all shonen manga, Shonen Jump. Now, this manga became well known in the community not for its story, but rather for the memes. It felt like I was watching Jesus turn water into wine with how many people were memeing over this manga that only had one chapter come out. People were saying that this manga saved their dog from a burning building. I don't even want to know what the heck this is. Is that a Devil May Cry reference?
Where's your motivation?
What is happening? What is going on? Nonetheless, I still gave the manga a chance, and if I'm being honest, it wasn't that bad. Only one chapter was out at a time, so I waited till more came out, and after 9 months, my opinion still stands. The story follows Chihiro, a young man whose life was ruined when a group of sorcerers called the Hishaku invaded his home, killed his father, and took his 6 katanas. Oh, and they also killed his 3 goldfish, remember that. Now, these katanas are special, as they were used to win a war called the Sete War 15 years ago, using the power of God and anime by their side. Being the only man in the world that can create such weapons, Kunishige Rokuhira decided to seal away the swords after the war and disappeared from the world. He wasn't alone though, as he lived with his son, Chihiro Rokuhira, and the two of them worked together to make swords. From his father's death, Chihiro set up the Kagurabachi, the people who ruined his life using the last sword that his father created. As I said before, the story itself isn't anything special, but what makes it stand out for me is the way that it's represented. The characters, the fights, the conflict, each of these elements, although not special on its own, come together to create something that is special. Chihiro starts off as the edgelord of all edgelords, from his design, personality, demeanor, and even his lines in the first chapter. Every morning, when I wash my face and look in the mirror, I see the scar, and I remember that day. So every day, I start the morning with fresh hatred. Damn it. Cut myself with how edgy that goddamn line was. As the story goes on, however, he learns to care and open up for the others around him. The cast of characters work to balance out his demeanor, making sure he isn't always dark and brooding by being positive and outgoing towards him. Shiba takes on a role as a mentor and brotherly figure to Chihiro, even going as far as to mimic his dad's personality. Hanao acts as a sister and foil for him because of how similar they are in age. Char is Anya Forger, let's be honest here. She's cute, hilarious, and I love her interactions with Chihiro and just how smug she can get. Hakuri is the newest character introduced, as the current arc revolves around him and his family specifically. From the beginning, he starts off as the idiot of the group, but after getting a taste of that MC backstory, he locks in and becomes the absolute Giga Chad later on, giving us that sweet character development. Fights are easy to follow, but still manage to be a visual spectacle with just the right amount of flair to it. An issue that I've had for a while is that manga artists tend to clutter their fight scenes with too many things happening, making it hard to see what's going on. JJK is the biggest offender of this, as I've heard from a lot of people. Kagurabachi doesn't do this as much, with fight choreography being cinematic in a way, with the different angles and movements of the characters, without it being too long. We got people summoning Darumas as explosives, shadow clones, stand users, and the power of goddamn goldfishes. See, I told you this is gonna be important. The best fights are whenever the characters use the katanas. Each katana has their own unique power, and every time they're shown, we see just how deadly they can be. It's always fun to see how these powers are used and what twist the author adds onto them. And as Chihiro learns and grows from these fights, we start to see how important his mission is. He needs to stop these people and retrieve these swords so that his father's legacy isn't tarnished. He wants the people to remember his father not as someone who created weapons for destruction, but rather as someone who created a future for others. Manga these days tend to have some big goal that involves saving the world or becoming a hero. This story feels more grounded and personal. It doesn't need some big, grandiose adventure. It's a story about a man wanting to avenge his father and uphold his legacy. Sure, it's simple, but it's the simple things that are the most interesting. Hey guys, I hope you liked this video, and if you did like it, consider giving it a like and subscribe. At the moment, I am still reading Kagurabachi, and I do think that it is going to get better as time goes on. I'm actually really excited for what's about to happen next with the latest chapters, and if you are up to date, you know what I'm talking about. Other than that, I've just been playing Hades 1 and 2, as well as trying to play the Elden Ring DLC, which I haven't gotten around to, but I am going to play it sooner or later. But yeah, other than that, keep reading manga, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace out.